We're all getting used to hearing about scandals and abuses in government and businesses in our world today. And it's very difficult for people to resist the temptations that come with position and power. And it's not only politicians and business leaders who mess up. Bosses and supervisors can abuse their position. Parents can abuse their positions. Teachers can abuse their position. Even religious leaders. We want to look at how Nehemiah preserved his integrity. What a great man as he helped to rebuild the walls of Jerusalem after the captivity. Hi, I'm John Kuert, pastor at Alpha Assembly in Clarion, Pennsylvania. Thanks for joining me once again for another Heart to Heart Talk. I hope that these messages will touch you and challenge you and uplift you, and just allow the Holy Spirit to use them in your life on a daily basis. So, how did Nehemiah preserve his integrity when it would have been so easy to compromise? And how can we keep our integrity in such a corrupt world? Well, let's look at three principles from Nehemiah chapter 5. First of all, focus on the work, not on the perks. Nehemiah 5:14 through 16 says, "For 12 years from the time I was appointed to be governor in the land of Judah, neither I nor my brothers ate the food allotted to the governor. But the earlier governors, those preceding me, placed a heavy burden on the people and took 40 shekels of silver from them in addition to food and wine." In other words, they took the perks. They were more interested in the perks than on the work. Nehemiah wasn't like that. And that's what made him a success, not only in God's eyes, but in the eyes of the people. Nehemiah knew about the temptations of position and power. He served 12 years as a governor of Judah, which meant he was the highest official in the land. And there were a lot of perks as top officials in the land, but Nehemiah didn't take advantage of those. So the main difference between Nehemiah and the rest of the governors was a reverence for God and a desire to get the work on the rebuilding completed. That's what his focus was, on the work. The second principle that will help us maintain integrity in a corrupt world is to focus on people's needs, not on our personal rights. The office of governor not only gave Nehemiah certain perks and benefits, but it also gave him certain rights which he could demand. But although Nehemiah had position and power, he never had lost touch with the needs of the people. He was not a ruler who sat in his palace and gave orders. He was on the job site, sharing the work like everyone else. He never lost his focus because he refused to be involved in demanding his personal rights. And finally, the third principle that will help us live with integrity is focus on God's favor, not on man's. Nehemiah's prayer in verse 9 shows that this was his focus. He prayed, "Remember me with favor, O my God, for all I have done for these people." Nehemiah was a humble servant looking forward to his reward from God, which would be much better than the rewards that he could demand as a proud governor. Now, let me leave you today with this verse from Hebrews chapter 6, verse 10 in the New Testament. "God is not unjust. He will not forget your work and the love you have shown him, as you have helped his people and continue to help them." As a pastor, that's my desire. And if we want to be successful in whatever field, whether it's in ministry or whether it's in our jobs or our positions, whatever, I think that's what we have to do. We have to focus on the Lord and allowing him to work through us, because he is the great rewarder. He will advance us in due time. If we are diligent if we are fair, if we love people, if we abide by these principles that I shared today, then you know what? God will advance us and He will bless us more and more and more. Well, I hope that's a little help for you today in whatever area of your life, what your business life or your work or even in your home. I think those principles can apply there as well. Well, again, thanks for joining me for another heart to heart talk. I hope that one of these days we will get to see you at the church. If you're not a member already, if you don't come already, and we're growing. God is blessing Alpha Assembly, and we're located at 499 Grandview Pike Extension, and that's in Clarion, Pennsylvania. We would love to have you come visit us at the website alphaag.org or at our Facebook page and find more about the church. But we would love to have you come and visit us, and you will find a friendly church, and you'll find a church where there's good fellowship, good music, and where the preaching is always trying to uplift and encourage and help us be better people. Well, God bless. Have a great day. And Lord willing, we'll see you again sometime this week, hopefully sooner than later. Bye-bye.